Here's the plan that we've written for the small-scale gullies on Pinnacles Reserve, and this is the guide that we've used in order to formulate this plan. Following this process will enable you to identify the causes of the erosion and choose cost-effective solutions. This method of managing erosion is highly suited to extensive land areas, such as grazing properties and national parks, where there may be many gullies. The goal is to understand what's causing the erosion and choose appropriate interventions, just enough to enable plants to continue to repair and stabilise the soil. We are not trying to make the gully look better, just creating the environment for plants to do the job. In that way, we're not spending excess money, and therefore we're able to initiate the repair of many gullies rather than just a couple. So the steps that we followed in order to devise our plan, written in this guide here. We had a session in the office where we looked at satellite images, we looked at contour lines, aerial photography and some LiDAR images. And then I also asked Kenneth a whole heap of questions about what the vision for the place was, what National Parks policies were, and that guided some of the works that we decided to implement. When I came out with Kenneth, I also had those questions in mind. What factors led to the creation of the gully? So Kenneth's telling me information, I'm going, okay, I think could be water flowing over land. And then I'm looking at this soil going, okay, that might be a factor as well. And the way in which that this gully looks, it looks like that subsoil is really highly erodible and probably dispersive. So we got our little soil test out with some water and put the subsoil in, and fair enough, it was very dispersive. So that tells me that as soon as we lose the topsoil, then we've got trouble with water eroding away that subsoil. We could then, after going in the field gathering information, we can feel fairly certain that a main factor leading to creation of this gully, well, we've got overland flow of water and the highly erodible subsoil. I see we've got a fence line there. Does that fence line need to stay there?
Yeah, the fence line's our boundary fence with our neighbour. It definitely needs to stay in place. Once the erosion happened down that fence line, we brought the road out here.
Right.
But we still want to maintain this road as well.
You need this road,
so yes. We need this road and we need to maintain the fence line.
We don't want this road continuing to have it too.
No, exactly
so
right, yeah.
There's some infrastructure that we have to manage, and so we probably have to put a bit more effort and money into those items. But this gully in the middle here, if you're happy with just those light works, we could put in something that's very cost effective and it will just heal over time.
That would work well.
Okay.
This all came about from, if you look back up this way, that's our fire break. And as you can see, it's just a straight fall to here. So the water just came down like a river. That was a channel. Yep. And when it got to here, it found a weak point in the soil. And that's where it went in and started eroding and digging everything out. And because we've got no woo buoys or diversion bars there, we had nothing to divert it out into the landscape. So that's something we'll be looking at doing. we've got in about 4 kilometres, we've only got about 3 metres fall from south to the end here. So it is not a lot, no.
But it still needs woboys to divert that water off the bare ground.
That's right, yeah.
With that gully here, all we have planned is a few leaky weirs to initiate that plant growing so that the plants will help repair that gully over time. And that is only after we've put in a woboy or two to divert that excess water coming down the road. Here we are in this gully where we're just going to put a couple of leaky weirs or porous check dams. We're going to let this heal over 5 or 10 years by plants. We're going to put our first leaky weir here, and we look at the slope of the channel to tell us how far apart to put them. We're only going to build them to about 30 centimetres high, and with the slope 3%, we put them 10 metres apart. We've decided to put the first woboy about 40 metres from the gully head so that we won't have too much water going down there. A little bit, we need those plants to grow. So we're going to put the first one here, and then with this slope, it's about a 2% slope. So our next one can be 90 metres up there when you get the chance to build it. The final step in our process is monitoring and maintenance, and that means scheduling a time each year for monitoring the site, checking all the structures to see that they're still working in the way that you intended them to. Leaky weirs, they usually have filled up with sediment in 1 or 2 wet seasons, and the best thing that you can do is go and put more in between those ones that you just built. That will continue that battering down process and making it more easy for plants to grow and take over the recovery process. And for woboys, that sill is often filled with sediment after 1 or 2 wet seasons, so a very good idea to clean them out a bit and use that sediment on top of the woboy to build it up to that original height.